Okay, I think it's on now. I have a red light showing. Get this a little bit away from me, just a little bit away. Alrighty, good afternoon. It is July 24th, 2023, and I'm welcoming you to the Sustainability Commission for the City of Indio. I would like to call the meeting to order. And we have three of our commissioners, so we have a quorum. And I would like for our secretary, Sarah, to do a roll call for us, please.
Chair Liu,
Here.
Vice Chair Benson, absent. Commissioner Chris,
Present.
Commissioner Vasquez, absent. And we have our newest commissioner with us tonight, Commissioner Getka.
Present.
Alrighty, great. Welcome once again. We have an agenda that was posted for this meeting, so we will be following along with that. The second item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would stand with us and we face the flag and recite the Pledge of Allegiance together. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty, so the next item on the agenda is public comment for items not on the agenda. I'm assuming we have a Zoom component to this call, but for any of the folks in the council room today, do you have any comments? Public comments, there's a 3-minute limit for items not on the agenda. Okay, nothing from inside. Is there anybody online, Sarah?
No, I don't believe
No?
there are. There are no
Okay.
public comments.
So no public comments, all right. So we move very quickly then to our fourth item on the agenda, which is the approval of the minutes from our last Sustainability Commission meeting, which was in April. If there are no comments on that, the minutes are approved, attached to the agenda. So are there any comments on that before I make a motion? Go ahead, Commissioner Chris. No comments? Okay. If there are no comments, I'll make a motion to vote on approving the minutes of the meeting. Does anyone second the motion?
Second.
Alrighty. Okay, so Sarah, can you go ahead and take a vote on approving the minutes for April 23rd, 2023 meeting as written? Can you?
Chair Liu,
Approved?
Commissioner Chris,
Aye.
Commissioner Getka.
Abstain.
Okay. Alrighty, so with that, the minutes for the last Sustainability Commission meeting of April are approved. We now move on to item number 5, which is a presentation from the Imperial Irrigation District. We have two presenters, Mr. Darren Marquez, who is the Marketing Program Rep, and Ms. Isis Montes, who is the Officer Customer Service for Imperial Irrigation District. Welcome to you both, and thanks for taking the time to be with us. So, Ms. Montes, please go ahead. We're anxious to hear what you have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, my pleasure. Thank you for having us. And my name is Isis Montes. I am the Officer for Customer Service. And I'm here with a presentation with IID's Low Income Energy Assistance Programs. IAD offers two low-income energy assistance program and a medical program. We have the Residential Energy Assistance Program, which provides a 20% discount to income-qualified customers, and any income-qualified customers who are over the age of 62 receive a 30% discount. We also have the Emergency Energy Assistance Program, which provides assistance for customers who are experiencing a disconnection for non-payment. We have the Medical Energy Usage Assistance Program, which provides discount for customers who use qualifying in-home medical equipment. We also have the eGreen Community Solar Program, which provides an additional discount to qualifying REAP customers from a 23-year-old power purchase agreement with Citizens Energy. So anybody who applies for the REAP program will automatically receive the eGreen discount. And that discount varies month to month. It can vary from a 1% of their energy usage up to 5, 8, it varies on a monthly basis. The Energy Assistance Program, it is income qualified, and our guidelines are based on the 120 percentile of poverty over the poverty guidelines. And they get updated on a yearly basis. They go to October for board approval. That way it gets implemented January 1st of the following year. So many times we do have customers, they are in the threshold, so we'll let them know to come back the next year because they may qualify, because it is the poverty guidelines that we said, it is 120, so it does make a difference from one year to another. Besides, for example, on the guidelines for this year, inflation factor was also considered as well per federal guidelines inflation factor. So any customers who is interested in applying to this program, they can submit the application different ways. They can either go to our office. We do have an office here in La Quinta, or we also have online. They can download the application, fill it out, and email it to the email on the application for processing. And we do on the application, we need proof of income verification, which it is like a pay stub and the most recent tax returns. So the Residential Energy Assistance Program has assisted 11,410 customers for a total of 950,754. These numbers are as of April 30th, so that's not up to date. And the eGreen discount, like I said, it's an average of 5%. Well, this is up for the REAP. For the EAP, which is the program that provides low-income qualifying customers who are facing disconnect for non-payment, this program, anybody who's on REAP will be able to qualify for an emergency pledge. So what is an emergency pledge? Is when a customer is facing disconnect, they've already received a final notice saying your power is going to be disconnected by this day. In the event you don't call to make arrangements, or you fail to make arrangements or don't make a payment, it's going to get disconnected. With that notice, they can call our customer service line and request an emergency assistance pledge. We do offer 4 pledges a year per customer, up to $400 per year. So first quarter and the fourth quarter of the year, it's $125. And no, it's $75, and second and third quarter, it's $125. During the pandemic, we noticed that a lot of customers were missing out on their emergency assistance pledge, especially our elderly customers who are on the program. So we did requested approval from the board to be able to combine pledges. For example, if they called in November and they haven't received the pledge throughout the year and they have a disconnect balance for $300, we can go ahead and apply that pledge for that total amount. We still have that approval still in effect, because we know it's 2023. Our customers are still struggling right now. Like, we're moving away towards COVID, but we still left that in place to assist our most vulnerable set of customers. So it is up to $400 per year, and up to April 30th, EAP has assisted 2,220 customers for a total of 173,097. Those numbers in assistance increase by the third quarter, because by the third quarter, customers are getting their summer bills, and fourth quarter as well. They're still carrying balances for those summer months like July, August, September. That's when we see an increase in not only on the REAP applications, but as well as the emergency assistance pledges. We have put in place automated calls to remind our customers that, hey, your application's up to renewal. Make sure that you go ahead and renew it ahead of time. That way there's no gap in between one application to another. For our population for our applicants that are below the age of 62, bless you, they have to renew it on a yearly basis. Our seniors, they have to renew it every 2 years, as their income, it does not change so much year to year. Any questions so far?
I have a question. What about new residents that move in during the course of the year? How are they educated on this program? When a customer opens an account with IID, we send a welcome brochure. And on the welcome brochure, we do have the programs available for them to apply, which is the REAP, the medical equipment. We do provide them during that time, and that brochure gets updated, because during that time, for example, let's say there is an Energies Reward program like the trees, it'll get advertised in that brochure. And a customer, as soon as they open the account and they have their account number, they can contact our call center, and they'll be able to request an application or download it online and submit the application for processing. Okay, thank you.
The medical equipment program, which is for energy usage, which provides a monthly discount to customers who are qualifying in-home medical equipment, and for customers who have a medical condition where the AC is considered a medical equipment. This is not income qualified. That's what we stress a lot to our customers, because we've seen that they're like, well, it's because I don't qualify for the REAP. They feel that they're not going to qualify for our medical equipment, but not necessarily, because our medical equipment, it's not income-based. It's based on medical equipment. And the application does have to be signed by a medical provider, by a physician, or any with a license. What customers can take it to during a regular appointment with them, and it can be filled out. And they'll get a discount depending on the device that the customer has. So, and also we do understand that majority of times they do not have a medical equipment, but they have a condition in which AC has to be at a certain temperature level per their physician's request, or regarding their medical equipment, regarding the medical condition. So the physician will put in there the AC guidelines. So we will provide them a discount on a monthly basis. And it is a flat rate. It's not dependent on the usage. So they'll get the discount for their medical equipment. And they can get up to $300 per month. So, and customers are able to have a combination of REAP assistance, medical equipment, and still as well request emergency pledges. Currently, the numbers as of April 30th, this program has assisted for 180 customers with the amount of $37,995. So right now we're in July, so our numbers have changed, especially right now during this month. Any questions regarding our medical?
So just to just to clarify, the medical is not income-based.
It is not
It's medically
income-based.
based.
It's medical, it's, yes, it all depends on the medical equipment.
Okay, thank you.
One question, please, Isis. You say as of April 30th, it's assisted 480 customers. So that is over what time period? Those
Between January of this year to
Okay.
April 30th,
from
yes.
January? Got it.
Yes,
Thank
for
you.
this numbers that I'm providing is up to April 30th, but for this year, meaning January 1st, 2023, up to April 30th, 2023. So this is it in regards to our programs, low income and our medical income. So, I mean, medical equipment program. Is there anything else regarding this program?
Yeah, I do have one question because I also work with another group called the Eastern Coachella Valley AB 617 group that is working to improve air quality in the area, and we have a program whereby it's run by the South Coast Air Quality Management District. They're going to be giving out filters, so I suggested to them that air filters for dust, that we contact IID and also have someone from IID come along to, help people sign up for programs. So are there sign-up days or dates? Like, some folks are pretty intimidated. Like, I see that number 480, and I'm thinking there are probably a lot more people who need that help. Is there help for people who don't know how to sign up? Or
Yes, we do. And for example, 480, it's pretty low. We have customers when they call, even the CPAP machine that they use, people use at night to help them with their breathing, that qualifies as well. Any medical equipment that is plugged in to the electricity. We do make workshops. We we visit areas. For example, we try to be in events. Any event that, for example, that India is hosting, and we get an invitation, we're more than happy to go to that event. And we do go and take applications. That way, staff can process them right there in there with the customer on site. We do also go to throughout the year to trailer parks, senior citizen centers, and when we do those outreaches, we take the computer and our applications in order to process them on site. We are looking in the future automating our process. That way, my staff doesn't go carrying a bag of applications. They can just go with their computer and apply them paperless. But that's something down the line that we want to do. But yes, we have been doing a lot of outreach programs and participating in events. For example, there was a fair in Imperial Valley. We went to the fair. We make sure that we also take information regarding our low income. So any event that you would like us to join, we're more than happy to participate in that program. And this income qualified and the medical assistance program, there's no deadline. We process them throughout the year. And as soon as the customers feels that, I got this medical equipment, and they know we have a program for it, I'll encourage them to go ahead and apply in order to start getting that discount as well as the REAP. In regards to, like, for example, for the filters, energy rewards, that would be here, my colleague, Darren, he'll be able to talk more about those programs.
Great. Okay, thank you. I saw the first one, the REAP, on the website, but I didn't see that medical equipment program.
Yes, I didn't put a screenshot of the application, but it is on the website, on the same area. We put it where it's programs, where the REAP is at. They'll find also the medical equipment.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I have a question. The customers, is there a form for the doctor, physician to fill out for this type of request, or how does that work?
Yes, so the application does require a portion, and it'll state that it needs to be completed by a physician. For example, in the event that it has to be an AC, the physician has to certify it, or it asks specific questions on the medical equipment. The doctor's office will be able to fill it out, and it does need a signature from a physician.
And it seems as though if there's not an event going on, there's probably a phone number where they could probably call in and just get help filling it out on?
Yeah, they can call our regular customer service line, and they can request information for the form, also get the form emailed to them. That way they can start applying. And also something that we also have, but it's not a discount, we do have a life support program. The life support program, we've had customers that they'll call and saying, oh, I have this metal equipment, but I don't want to get a discount because I don't need that discount, but I need to be on life support, meaning if the power goes out, my house needs to be a priority. So we will send in that application, and that way to apply it. Right now, what we're doing, if a customer requests a medical equipment program application, we'll include the life support as well together, just to make sure that they are aware of both programs. But we do have a small percent of customers that they're like, no, I don't need the discount. I just want to be on life support. That's what I need.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. There. Okay.
Sorry. Thought I had this turned off. Or something to that effect. I'll just turn it off.
So I'm also here to talk about our economic development rate. This is a special rate that is offered to attract large commercial customers or industrial customers to IAD service area. And in order to apply, to qualify for this special rate, it has to be a new or expanding commercial or industrial customers with a new load of 500 kilowatt hour demand or greater, and with an annual load factor of 50% or higher. And this is, the new and expanding is defined as businesses that are newly located in IAD service territory, existing accounts that have been inactive with 100 kilowatt hours usage or less per month for at least 18 months and or longer, and existing customers that are adding a load that is 500 kilowatt hour demand or greater than the customer's historical bills from the last 12 months. And the economic rate does require a contract between IAD and the customer. And once the customer contacts our rates department and they go through the application process, we will take it to our board for approval. Once the board approves the applicant, customers will receive a discount for a term of 5 years, and it is on a tier base. So the first year, customers with that are meeting the demand of 500 kilowatt hours, 500, they'll get a 22% discount. So for the first year, if a customer has a demand greater than 250 but lower than 500, they'll get a 17%. Because we do understand, we do have businesses that they'll reach the 500 threshold on July, August, and September, but the rest of the year, their load is not as big. So they will still get a discount, but it's lower. And then the second year, it's 17%, 13, 9%, and the last year is 4% accordingly. And that is if their demand is greater than 500 kilowatt hour demand. If it's in between 250 and 500, they'll get a discount as well, but it's a lower tier. And customers are eligible to reapply as an expanded load 12 months after their economic development rate contract has expired, but it is subject to board approval. Okay, any questions?
Nothing from me. Commissioners, any questions?
No, ma'am.
Just curious, do we promote this in like our welcome business type literature that we might have for companies looking into the area here? Or do we know if we do anything like that? Like,
I don't know, but I can find out. I'll bring that back next month.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Much appreciated. Oh, I did have one more question, sorry. I saw this in from, that's the low-income home energy assistance program. Does that connect with yours at all?
Yep,
That-
yes.
That's called,
For the low income?
yes, that's Riverside. I don't know, that's low income, is that the same as the EEAP that you had there?
Well, that's for Riverside?
Yeah.
No, well, we have our programs are residential energy assistance program, which is a percentage discount.
Right.
And the pledges, it's for quarterly pledges per year, besides their discount.
All right, so that might be a little bit different. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All righty, and I believe we have our next presenter, Mr. Darren Marcus. He is the marketing program rep with IID, so welcome.
Hi,
Thanks
good
for being
afternoon.
here.
Thank you for having me here today. I'm with Imperial Irrigation's District's Energy Management and Strategic Marketing Department. We are the section who promotes and who administers the energy efficiency programs and services. So today I'm just going to give you a quick overview of what we have to offer this year in our 2023 portfolio. I'll start off with our residential programs, and our first program is called the Energy Rewards Rebates Program. It's a prescriptive rebate that is open to all IID residential customers, including those who live in master metered mobile home parks. It is a calendar year program, so anything that's applied for under this program, it has to be purchased and installed within the current calendar year. And these are the current items we are rebating through this program. We start off with the Energy Star certified refrigerator, clothes washers, electric clothes dryers, dishwasher, dual pane windows, shade screens, variable speed pool pumps, attic fans, attic insulation, radiant barrier, room air conditioners, evaporative coolers, mini split systems, and HVAC systems. When you see there at the gas to electric conversion, that's a fairly new incentive we've applied last year. It's when somebody has an electric system with a gas furnace, and if they want to switch all that out to a all-electric system, that is that incentive at $400 a ton. And the second HVAC system incentive, there are 3 tier rates, and that's according to the efficiency of the unit. The higher the efficiency of the unit, the higher the rebate incentive is. Okay?
Quick question, if I may.
Yes, sir.
On the gas to electric conversion, you talked about the furnace. But what
Yes.
about water heater? Is that included in that as well?
No, sir, it's just
Okay.
the HVAC system.
Okay.
Okay? And we also have a refrigerator recycling program. So if you were to buy a new refrigerator, you were to get Energy Star certified refrigerator and get IID's rebate, we will pay you $50 to come and pick up that old unit and have it recycled. A lot of times when you're the company where you buy your refrigerator, they'll come by and they'll take it off for you, but they'll charge you $50. Well, we'll pay you $50 and utilize as many of those materials as we can. We also have a residential weatherization. Again, that's open to all our residential customers. I don't know if has anybody in here taken advantage. Are you all part of IID's territory at all? Okay. Were you familiar with this program at all?
I have had calls, I get perhaps one call a week from.
Yeah, sure.
It's not from IID.
Not from IID, yeah. Yeah, well,
So-
most likely it would be from IID, or we partnership with a company named Synergy, because it could be a call from Synergy. Generally, we don't call customers unless they've called a request. You
Yeah.
have to call and request this service, but what they do is they'll do up to $1,000 worth of energy efficiency upgrades to your home. They'll send out a representative to the house, a representative from Synergy, and they will do an assessment, and based on what they see, they will do up to $1,000 worth of upgrades. Now, generally, what they do is they're going to install measures that you'll get the best or biggest bang for your buck, which of course is the HVAC system. So they'll start with that. They may do a service on that. I know they've done duct testing and sealing, maybe a smart thermostat, new lighting. I've seen them install smart thermostats. So depending on what they see in their assessment is what they will do to the home as far as upgrades go. And if you're enrolled in our residential energy assistance program, it's additional $500 worth of upgrades to the house. Okay. We also provide a $500 rebate for qualified level 2 energy or electric vehicle chargers. And this is a fairly new program. We rolled out with this one last fall. It's called Tree for All, and it's a free tree to all IID residential customers. Indio Water Authority graciously hosted a couple of our programs, and it's closed right now, but we plan on reopening it for the fall planting season. And to date, we've planted about 1,200 trees, both in the Coachella Valley and in the Imperial Valley. So it's a great program. If you haven't gotten a tree yet from us, definitely look into that. And we'll be announcing that once our program rolls back out. Now go into our non-residential programs. We also have an energy rewards rebate for our non-residential customers. That includes programmable thermostats, vending misers, package terminal air conditioners, or PTACs. Those are those small air conditioners that are installed through the wall, generally in hotel rooms. Energy efficiency motors, again, HVAC systems, and if it's a system that's 5 tons or larger, it's at $75 a ton. Again, those are based on the efficiency of the units. We also have a custom energy solutions program. This is a program that's based on the expected performance of the measure. What we do is, for example, say we have a warehouse owner who has existing 400-watt metal halide high bays. They want to improve the efficiency of their lighting, and they switch out to 150 LED high bays. So what we do, we'll take the annual consumption of those metal halide, compare them to the new reduction, and that rebate will be paid according to the annualized kilowatt hour savings. And these are the incentive rates for those measures. It's 11 cents a kilowatt hour saved for interior lighting, 3 cents for exterior lighting, 18 cents for process loads. Process loads is kind of a miscellaneous other. For the most part, if we can quantify a savings, we can customize a rebate for the customer. And we also have 25 cents for HVAC and refrigeration. We also have rebates for new construction for that business owner who's building a new building and want to go above Title 24 standards. And they have to go at least 10% above those standards. And we provide a rebate for that. Now, there's 2 approaches that can be taken with that. We have a whole building approach where that design of that building is going to improve the envelope of that building, the systems like the light system, the HVAC system, the entire building. That's the whole building approach. Or if, say, they just wanted to improve the HVAC system or the lighting system, that would be the systems approach right there. And that's what we have. Any questions at all?
Yeah, I have a question. On the rebates that you offer,
Yes.
are you in partnership with the state of California, or is it internally funded through IID?
It's funded through our public benefits fund. Yeah, we are not affiliated with the state of California at all. Okay.
I have a question on the trees.
Yes.
The free trees.
Mm-hmm.
How many trees per customer?
It's 1 tree per year,
Okay, 1 tree per year.
yes.
Okay, and, you know, just kind of FYI, we have our goals here for the sustainability of Indio, and one of our goals relates to clean energy and a low greenhouse gas environment. And some of our goals include, we talked about solar, green rental housing program. Did you have, you had EV on yours, right?
Yes,
Can't
we do
remember.
have a
So-
$500 rebate
Yeah,
for
so
that.
so sometimes instead of doing things ourselves, we said, one of our goals was to provide more public EV charging stations. So maybe, I don't know if the city would be the beneficiary of any of that. Weatherization program for current housing stock, and that looks like one of the very attractive programs that you have there. So it might be just a matter in our case of doing outreach to direct them, folks to IID. So a number of the components of our sustainability plan, it seems like we should just be, we even have a tree program, a buy local, so looks like many of the things that we're trying to do, we should just be partnering with, well, not many though. I guess the one thing that we're doing that I did not see on either presentation was solar, any mention of solar.
Yeah, that's done through another department, and, yeah, it used to be part of this department, but it was moved over to, I can't remember the name of the department, but a couple of years ago, so that is not done through our section.
But it is part of IID's program.
It is, yeah.
Of reducing the demand.
Absolutely, yeah.
The load on the gas plants, and I'm assuming, I actually don't know the fleet, but I'm assuming it's quite a bit of natural gas facilities, combined cycle facilities, or?
For generation?
Yeah, for
It's a
generation.
combination, yeah, it's
And
actually
I think you have some hydro as well.
hydro, we have some biomass, part of,
Okay.
yeah, part of our portfolio as well, so
So-
it's a mix.
So for solar, we can just go out and look on the website and see
Absolutely, yeah.
what is there, or do some outreach to other folks. So, yeah, I definitely think, looks like for our goals 1 and 2 in our sustainability plan, we will definitely be needing to partner with IID on that. It's not something that we will be able to make, any huge amount of progress on our own. So I thank you very much, and I don't know if there are any other questions.
If I may?
Yes.
Just, I think I got it, but just for clarification,
Sure.
on your program that pays $50 to haul away old units.
Yes.
What units does that exactly cover?
That's a refrigerator or a freezer.
Fridge or freezer only, okay?
Yeah, and it's limited to two.
Got it.
2 units.
And for the $500 rebate for EV chargers?
Yes.
You basically just have to own an electric vehicle and have an EV charger?
Pretty much, yeah. Level 2 EV charger can be a charger for like a scooter or a golf cart. It's
Okay.
got to be a specific qualifying charger.
Thank you for your hard work.
Okay, all right, no problem. Is that it? Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Alrighty, so with that very helpful and useful information, we thank IID very much for coming in, and it's a real boost to our program, which Sarah is going to talk more about today. And we will definitely be needing to talk to our friends at IID continuously and partner with them on making progress on our sustainability program. But hopefully residents will be able to see the information that was presented here today and get mobilized to take action. So with that, we move on to agenda item number 6, which is attached to this agenda. There is the draft sustainability work plan and outreach plan. And Sarah is going to present to us on this, for sure. So Sarah, you're up. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Sarah Toyota, Environmental Programs Coordinator. This is the draft of the final plan for the fiscal year 23-24 work plan. On this page, you can see it's sort of the overall projects that we have in the fire right now. There are the projects that we've been working on for some time, learning about digesters and increasing EV chargers, providing more recycling and organics containers. The outreach plan was approved in the last fiscal or in the work plan last year, but not scheduled to start until the sustainability plan was completed, so we're starting on that now. We're continuing to hold the events. We have new projects for increasing the number of waste receptacles in the city, and there are the ongoing water conservation efforts and the new City of Indio Beautification Indio Lindo program. We also put the household hazardous waste facility, locating a permanent facility in the city on hold because we were unable to find a place for it, a proper place where we could locate it. So just very quickly, increasing EV chargers. We're in really good shape there. If you remember, we applied for a grant. We were limited to some extent on what our match could be. And but what we ended up doing was one of the places that we wanted to put EV chargers is the new Indio Sports Park that's being put in, and it turned out that part of that project was putting in EV chargers. So we were actually able to leverage that as part of the match. And so that came down to, we ended up writing the grant for $1.5 million instead of, I think it was almost, maybe it might have even been half of that we were first looking at. So that grant is much larger, and there's a lot more chargers than we had first thought we could apply for. And it's been submitted, and as soon as we hear about that, I'll keep you posted on that. There is, for the next project, learning about digesters, there's a new, well, it's not new, but it's a program called the Clean Cities Coachella Valley Coalition. I guess it started a while ago, but right now, Sunline has taken it over, and it's just beginning right now. But this group, which the City of Indio is part of, or we've been taking or participating in the meetings, it supports all alternative fuels. So hopefully we'll be able to learn a little more from that. Our sustainability collection events, those are ongoing, but we did find out that Desert Arc is expanding its collection capabilities. So now they include light bulbs and household batteries. So we'll be able to, our next event is scheduled for September 23rd, and we already have that information on the flyer. The flyer has to be done months before the event. So that's already on the flyer. We'll be increasing what we can we can collect at those events. And also, since this was written up, CalRecycle released its full household hazardous waste grant for next fiscal year, and we're going to apply for that as well. And it might, that would support us holding 1 to 2 more full household hazardous waste collection events in Indio if we receive that grant. We are going to continue with the organics collection. We have that, the next item on that project was to put it on the website, so that's part of the outreach plan. Increasing the number of waste receptacles in the city, that's come up several times. Can we get more trash cans out there to reduce litter? Can we get more recycling cans out there? And we worked out the funding for that, and so we were already adding 6 new big belly waste and recycling receptacles along Jackson Street for the Clean California grant, but now we're adding an additional 10 more for the downtown area, and after that we'll see how much further we can take that. The True Zero Waste Initiative, Chair Liu, I think I'll let you talk a little more about what you've done in the next section. I did reach out to a consultant, and there's a really good consultant who's very familiar with that program. In fact, she helped write the guidelines, and she actually helped with making the test that Chair Lou and I had to pass to become certified. And she lives in Thousand Palms, so she's local, she knows a lot about the program and the area. So that may end up being a really good, that might help support that project as well. I added, because the True Zero Waste initiative is not fully approved, I did add a lot more information to this in the work plan, so that if you do approve this to go to City Council, it's not just, it has background information. And then the household hazardous waste facility was put on hold, and then we come to the outreach plan. There's a couple of items on the outreach plan. We want to have a booth at the Food Truck Fridays, because that doesn't have a booth at all. There's a couple of, there's also building out the sustainability web pages. We need to update the website, developing a sustainability outreach kit. That way, all of our information, all of the people that we partner with, if we partner with some of the information that IID just gave us, we can put all that together. We have giveaways, so we have that ready for any city outreach event, should anybody want to use them. The True Zero Waste outreach course, that's if approved. And then the information for the collection events, I would like to add some of the sustainability information about this commission on that, when it meets, its purpose. And as I said, we had to do the September 23rd one, get that completed already, but starting in 2024, if approved, we'll go ahead and add that to that outreach material as well. And then the Eco Hero Show, we're working on the PO to bring them back to the schools, because they pair kind of a rap music to anti-littering, recycling, and sustainability information. And they've been in the schools before, and they've gotten rave reviews from teachers and schools here in Indio. So we want to bring them back. And then last is the commercial brochure, which would have a lot of information for some of the things we talked about earlier, the waste regulations, the True Zero Waste program. If we do roll that out, we could add water conservation messaging to it. It could be just something for commercial in general. And then Burtec, just like IID, when they have a new someone starts service, they have a welcome kit, and if we could add some information to that, create a flyer that would go to Burtec and would go out every time that someone started new waste service in the city. Last, I talked with Tara Bravo with CV Strategies, and she wanted to add a partnership between us and nonprofits, and that's always a great thing, and I think that extends far past nonprofits with IID. And as far as you commissioners, as you're going out and championing your specific parts of sustainability, anyone that you talk to where we can exchange information and outreach, that would be great as well. So this is on the agenda as a voting item, and I'm happy to take any questions or comments.
I will let the other commissioners go first. Commissioner, any of the commissioners who want to go first?
I'm comfortable.
I'm just curious, you just mentioned the partnerships with nonprofits. You think they would be interested in coming in and doing a presentation, so we kind of understand what their role is as a nonprofit? So would that be helpful, you think?
I think it would be great. I'd be happy to. I think the more people we bring in and the more information we get, it's just even having them here, because it's live streamed, is a great way to help them if they have programs or anything going on that they want support in their outreach. This is a great way for them to do that.
I have a couple of questions to clarify the items for a vote. On page 42 of the agenda, I see language here on approving the use of AB 939 funds, $110,000 to support true programs. I'm in favor of it, but I just want to make sure, because in terms of the vote, this is my recollection. We already voted on the sustainability plan, right? I
Yes.
don't recall that we ever voted on the outreach plan. We had a presentation on it, but I don't recall that we voted on it, did we?
No, not at all. This is the first time I think that you've all actually seen it, so.
Right, we've heard about it, we've had the presentation.
Right.
So the part that we're voting on, so the thing is with the sustainability plan, my assumption is that we intend to continue updating that as we go along for for example, the sustainability calendar, right? We would now take this calendar and roll in the other items, like September 23rd event, that was that waste collection event, and then the booth at the those other events that are on the outreach plan. Are we gonna roll those in, or I guess it doesn't have to be in this specific document, but I guess it would be somewhere on some kind of calendar somewhere.
Yes, the outreach
live.
plan, because it hasn't been approved by all of you to go to the council. Upon approval, that's when it would start, and that's when we'd start setting dates and putting it on the calendar and moving forward from there.
Yeah, and where are we gonna keep a live calendar per se? Because maybe this plan, this initial plan that's in the already approved sustainability plan doesn't get updated, because, activities will be added, by virtue of what we do. We're always gonna be adding activities. So maybe you can give some thought to where we keep a live calendar so that we can kind of keep up with all of what we're doing. So I leave that to you to think about, Sarah, if you don't have an answer immediately.
I think the best thing to do is to bring this back every month and go through where we are, and
Okay.
and I think that would be the best way to kind of make sure that we stay on track.
Yeah, at least for the calendar portion of it, because a calendar is, by nature of being a calendar, it changes. You add things and you take off things, and that's what a calendar is. So the two items that I see to vote on are the page 42, which is the approval of the funds for supporting businesses with True Waste. So the summary reads: the Sustainability Commission recommends allocating $110,000 of AB 939 funds to offer the True Zero Waste certification to Indio commercial facilities at reduced costs. And the allocation includes hiring a consultant who is certified to True or would become certified True advisor to support the business community efforts and reduce barriers to certification. The funding would also be used to lower the cost of certification. And I'm assuming that last sentence applies to, does that last sentence apply to any areas that the city itself would want to, like if the city wanted to certify a garage, would those funds also be used for that, or is it different money?
Oh, it was made for the commercial facilities, so if there's someone at that facility who wanted to be certified, or,
Okay.
which they should have someone on board who's there.
Okay.
But I do want to clarify one thing. That staff report was never brought to you before, so it is not approved, so it is part of the background information. So if you approve this plan, you're not necessarily approving exactly that. What I'm asking of you guys of you all is to approve the work plan and the outreach plan to go to the city council.
Okay.
And if they are okay with what's in here, then we'll rework the staff report. The thing about the staff report there is that it had so much background information, that's why I included it. But it is not the actual staff report that would go to city council at this point. It's just really there for background information. If you like, I can remove it if it's
No, just want to make sure what we are voting on. Obviously, well, not obviously, since this is one of the items that I have been working on more closely, I have no problem with voting on it, but I just want to make sure that each of the commissioners are aware of the specific items. And again, I'm not sure why we would be voting on the plan, because we already approved the work plan.
Yeah, the actual sustainability plan did not change much. I think I updated like a few organizations.
Yeah.
So it's really just the work plan. It's just that
Oh,
they're
just the
all
work plan,
one. Yeah,
just-
it's the
okay,
work plan
for this
and that now
year.
includes the outreach
Okay.
plan.
Okay, so the work plan starts on pages
I would say
Page-
19.
19, or yeah, page 19, and goes through to the, okay, so it's just a few pages there of the work plan through to page something or the other. And then stops at page 38 of 49. And then the last part of it is the outreach plan, which we heard about in 2022, which starts at page 46 of 49, and that's 3 pages. So I suggest that we vote on those separately, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Just in case there's any difference. So, does anybody, and I should ask, since Commissioner gets, do you have a comment, please?
I just have a question. I want to clarify on the work plan. Is this a 2023/2024 work plan, or what is the defined date that
Yes,
it
it's a
runs
fiscal
to?
year.
Fiscal year. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. I would ask one question, because Commissioner Getka, am I pronouncing your last name
Yes.
correctly, is new. I'm not sure if you're able to vote on, well, it's the work plan and the outreach plan, they're not that long, but I'm not sure.
I have pre-read some of this information before coming here.
Okay,
So I think I understand enough to make a legitimate vote on it.
okay, very good, very good.
In that case, I'd like to make a motion to approve the membership to the USGC utilizing AB 939 funds.
I second.
Yeah, I, go ahead, Sarah.
I believe that the two things that are actionable today are in overall the entire 23-24 work plan, and then a vote on the outreach plan.
Yes,
So the work plan, okay.
yes, so,
I'm sorry.
go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the work plan for the membership to the USGC.
I think I would move to restate that as the work plan for the sustainability plan. It's a work plan for a plan. So that's pages 27 through 37 of 49. Does anyone approve? Go ahead.
Good, and scratch that last motion. I'd like to make a motion to approve the work plan for table 2023 for the support to specific areas of sustainability in the city.
I second that motion.
I'll go ahead and take a roll call vote. Chair Liu,
Approved?
Commissioner Chris,
Proof.
Commissioner Getka,
Approve.
All right, I'll make a motion on the outreach plan, which is pages 46 through 49 of the package. and that's the Sustainability Outreach Plan for 2023 through 2024. Does anyone second that motion?
I'll second.
Alrighty. Sarah, can you call a vote, please?
Chair Liu,
Approved?
Commissioner Chris,
Approved?
Commissioner Getka.
Approved.
Okay. Good. It's well done. So this will go to, with those items, will go to the city council, and then we will follow up with the remaining items. Sarah, before we leave this agenda item, is there anything else that you'd like to mention on it?
No, I don't.
Alrighty. One question that I would have, you know, I guess like everyone, kind of sensitive to time. I look at the calendar, which is on page 26 of 49. And so we're in, at the end of July, call it. We have National Honeybee Day, Zero Emission Day, and then the next item after that would be the September 23rd Waste Collection Day. And we only meet monthly, so we'll be looking for, you know, I for one would like to come out and support some of these events. So I will be following up, and hopefully I can receive an email through the city's mailing system to come out and support those events. And if there's any preliminary review you'd like done to assist that effort, please feel free to let me know. Okay, so with that, if there are no other comments on agenda item number 6, I will move on to agenda item number 7. And this section is for commissioner comments. By way of background, just wanted to give you a little, you know, have identified any ideas or information that they have to advance that item. So these items that are listed here are specific to the various, are aware of any of the program areas within the sustainability plan that you would like to champion?
Sure. I'd be interested in helping out Commissioner Vasquez in the solar or EV chargers or any renewable energy programs.
Great, thank you. Okay, alrighty. With that, I will ask, does anyone have any comments on their areas that they were sort of paying a little bit?
At how well these are run and how our footprint after these events goes back to almost nothing, and how wonderful the city is at working that. And I'm excited to get the community more involved in outreach efforts to sustain our city.
Great, and yeah, I think there are a host of opportunities. You know, the one that comes to mind with respect to outreach in particular is it seems to me that since we're targeting or focusing on commercial facilities for waste, so I'll provide a brief update on waste. We would probably want to reach out to the chamber on something like that, and you know, do a few presentations to let them know what we are doing on waste and the opportunities that are available. We might want to wait until we have approval of the funding before we do that, but once, you know, if we are able to get the funding approval, that would be a great time to reach out to so you picked a really good area to work on. So thanks for that update. So Commissioner Getka, although you haven't been here before, any comments to add on?
I was doing prep work before joining the commission. I did find a state website that I'm not sure if everybody's aware of. It's called calmatters.org or .org. And I'm just going to give each of you a copy here. What I find interesting on this website, and anybody can access it, is they keep you updated on all the latest legislation at the state capitol, on any environmental programs, new initiatives, legislation coming up, that type of thing. So they have different categories. They have one category called environment, and within that category you can find things related to EVs, electrification of the state, what they're doing at the state level, which we can always refer to and maybe gain some additional knowledge for Indio. So
Great.
just thought I would mention that,
Yeah, thank you.
and that's all I have.
Thanks for contributing that. So you came prepared right out of the gate, okay. On the waste side, as Sarah mentioned, and it's included in one of the work plans on True Waste, Sarah and I had a conversation with the city of Contra Costa, and they did a True Waste project, which I wasn't certainly aware of, because normally True aims to have zero waste for an operation. So it would be like a library, a garage, a fire station, one of those areas within the city. And when we met, just a little bit of background, when Sarah and I spoke with the True advisor, the U.S. Green Building Council folks, they said their recommendation to us was for the city to consider developing one of its facilities to True certification alongside commercial, just as, as an example of how it's done. So we haven't yet selected an area. We're not at that point yet, but that's what we're moving towards. So we had a conversation with Contra Costa, and what they did, instead of certifying an actual fixed facility, they certified a construction project. So they had a project called an administrative building that they were building, and they rolled the cost for the certification into that project cost. So I don't know if it was a capital cost or how they managed to cost it, but it certainly made it a little bit cleaner. And I will also be trying to visit Bronco Wines in Ceres, California. They're a little bit north of Central Valley, to see what their operation looks like. They're also True certified. So one entity we spoke to was a county, and they did it for a project, which is something that India can consider. I don't know. There are always projects being done within the city. And then the other one was a fixed operation. So we have those two alternatives. And, Sarah made great progress with getting in contact with a consultant, so that we can have more muscle behind what we're doing, a little bit more energy and support, and ensure better success. So we're continuing with that. So there's quite a bit to do. With that, I think that ends the commissioner comments. I would say I did make myself a cheat sheet, tried to make myself a cheat sheet, because of all of the things that are going on, that we have promised to do, because it's one thing, but when the deadline comes up, the thing is you have to look at when you're starting. So if we're going to support, are we still supporting the farmers, the Sunday farmers market?
We were, right now, the farmer's market is on hold as far as I can tell. That's why we moved having a booth at the farmer's market to Food Truck Fridays.
I got it.
Because I don't know that that's going to be, we're going to have a farmer's market next year.
Okay, all right, very good. Yeah, so there's so many, activities that we've sort of committed to. I just don't know how Sarah does it, but, you know, kudos to you, Sarah, for keeping up with all of this. But I've had to make myself a little cheat sheet of, to kind of figure out when to start moving on things, or else I'll just not get anything done or researched. So with that, we move on to item number 8, which is staff items. Sarah, anything for us, please?
No, I have no staff items tonight.
Okay, all righty, no staff items. All right, so that moves us right to the end. I think we did pretty well on time. It is shortly before 7 o'clock. So if there are no other agenda items, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting of the Sustainability Commission for July 24th, 2023. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All righty, very good. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Okay, so I declare the meeting closed. The next meeting will be August 28th, 2023. Thank you, everyone, for coming, and thank